How's it going out there, viewers, people tuning in? Back with another commentary video. It's funny, like the last recording I made last night, I basically just had the microphone switched off and didn't even realize, but it wasn't that long that I'd been talking for, just like going over things that happened this year, 2021, just a little bit of a recap. On my major right now, just spinning up some bowstrings, getting my crafting up so we can do Family Crest and get the Chaos Gauntlets. Basically, probably the last preferred of all the gloves for most mains. I don't know, cooking or smithing seems to be much more useful. But on this account, since we're more mage oriented, I'm definitely going to get those Chaos Gauntlets. And since finding a buyer, the price purchased for the bowstrings is basically the equivalent of chaos runes. So it's been pretty good. I don't know, like incentive to just look at each one as collecting a chaos rune, so it helps the time go by. I also don't think I made this build more or as efficient as I could have, since I'm 20-20-20. Attack, defense, and strength. I think a typical mage build is 40 defense and as high mage as you can get. So I'm either at a disadvantage or just simply not the build that I should be, but I'm still sending it anyway. I'm kind of too deep at this point. 63 magic, you know, it's not too high up there, but I probably cast it, I don't know, at least 3, 4, 5,000 chaos spells, so just gonna keep it going on this account. I don't know, we'll see what happens. Maybe if the Wildy has lots of action, then we'll be just fine. Who knows? Maybe it's an advantage, maybe not. Probably not. Other than that, the 10-10-10 competition was really fun a couple weeks ago. Sort of a Halloween event, even though it was done a week earlier than that. I had a good time. Or wait, actually the 10-10-10 competition duel was November 7th, I believe. So it was actually a week after Halloween. Came in third place unexpectedly, which was pretty nice. Red masks, 250k. It was pretty sweet. I did make another account that was 10-10-10, and then with like just a sliver of extra XP, got 15 hits, which basically disqualified me, so I had to make another account with only 14 hits. So I would recommend to people out there making a 10 attack, 10 defense, 10 strength build to just get the basic 14 hit points and not go that extra mile for 15. Yeah. No, but it was still a fun time. I posted a video of it, although it's like an hour and 15 minutes, which is too long for anybody besides level 1. That guy PM'd me and said he watched the whole thing. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. Basically threw an entire Aphex Twin album on top of it, which was great. I basically just find whatever soundtracks that match up the timing of the video recording I have once it's chopped and added together, whatever. But yeah, the fire race was fun too. We did a couple weeks before the dueling tournament. Even though I like slipped up and fell behind by like 4 paces. Total noob mistake. Got grilled by Hammer for it. But it was all good fun. It was a pretty close call by the end, if I'm not mistaken. I think level 1 Wild also won that one. And then the zombie Slayfest at Draenor Manor was pretty tight. And then a little like KBD spawn action by Mr. Green following that. Just once, not a ton of KBD spawns. That's a little unvanilla-esque, but for the holidays, it was pretty fun since Halloween's my favorite holiday. Yeah, it was overall a good time. I hope to see more events like that. It's just fun to get a bunch of people together and just have a good time. When people are grouped together, it really shows the community spirit. People getting together, just like flickering all those pixels and fashionscape, blah blah blah. What else to say? My November, I don't know, basically all of October I parked my main at the Heroes Rune Rock and would just tap the vein every 12, 13 minutes, just collecting. I have nearly like 700 rune ores at this point. It's good to have, in case anybody needs any, or if anybody wants like a placeholder, whatever. I don't know, it's just it's a good stockpile to have in my mind, at least. I think in October, or a little bit before that, my girlfriend ended up catching COVID, and I was right next to her the whole time. I mean, she basically lives alone, and I just had to take care of her, and I was pretty much down. I basically accepted that I was going to catch it too, but I didn't, which was insane. Basically, like exhaling all of her exhales while we slept, and I was like, any day now I'm going to come down with the symptoms, but didn't really experience or feel anything. I felt a little weird some days, but I don't know, everything just seemed to pass, so I probably have antibodies. I still have to get tested. I think last September I had it, but it was never confirmed. But enough of that. I know people are sick of COVID talk. Blah. Yeah, it's been pretty good here. I think, or I don't think I know that there was just a bunch of updates and fixes, patches to the server that just happened, which is great for the admin fate to come through. And basically, just do a little bit of fixes here and there. It's just really nice to see any bits of progress that the player base points out. Then the higher ups take it from there and fix. That's always a good feeling. Yeah, it's just been a good time overall. I mean, it's been a pretty hectic year for me since having this back injury that started probably a few years ago that I basically brushed off. And long story short, it caught up to me in June. I was basically having like immense head pressure whenever I would stand upright and start walking. I felt sort of lopsided whenever I would walk. It was an absolute catastrophe. Had to go through the whole medical system, do a bunch of testing, and basically to no real diagnosis or conclusion. So whenever it feels like a back injury or in that area, to me it's like between my shoulder blade and my spine. I get a bunch of like nerve tingling sensations whenever I overwork it and whatnot. The first line of treatment is just conservative treatment, which is basically bed rest and not overworking the area. So that's basically what I've been doing the last 4 months, pretty much 5 months. In the beginning I wasn't sure what to do, so maybe I wasn't doing the right stuff, but now I've got it pretty dialed in and the symptoms have been gradually going away, but it's just been super, super slow. And I know that nerves are very slow to heal, so that's pretty much my schedule for the rest of the year. I'm lucky that I do have a good support system, but that's pretty much it. I also live alone, and it's hard to just do all of my basic tasks, from like cooking for myself to driving to just basic maintenance with one arm essentially. But we're getting there. We're coming around the bend. So I've just been here. It's not hard to watch a bunch of shows and just veg out like some people, but I don't know, just to do anything solo with one arm, I don't know. Sometimes I really wish I had somebody to help me. Sometimes my girlfriend helps me, but not all the time, and that's totally fine. And also, pardon the voice. It's, I just woke up probably an hour ago, so maybe my voice is a little raspy. I don't know. Hopefully it's fine for any listeners. Other than that, looping back around to just spinning up these bowstrings to the equivalent of Chaos Runes price-wise. It's pretty nice. Slowly approaching 1k Chaos. The buyer actually needs a lot more bowstrings than I anticipated and made me an extra offer if I can spin over 10,000. So I might take him up on that offer. It's not a whole lot, but I will admit it's a ton to trade, so I might have to break up the trading amounts, maybe like 2,000 or 4,000 at a time, just because it's immense to click through all of those trade windows. So we'll see. I'll probably make another video by the time I sell all of them off and like get my runes and training magic again. Yeah, I basically hope that more people join and continue to make builds. If you're the 10-10-10 build is pretty fun for dueling. Just basically 10 attack, 10 defense, 10 strength, just all black armor, black battle axe, I believe, with the shield, and then I believe the I saw some people during the Duel Tournament switching from the battle axe and the shield to a two-handed sword for aggro and then defense, etc., which seemed to be the meta method, but I just like kept it on like attack mode and just potted up and ended up winning third place. But for those who were switching out, it did seem to have an effect. Ultimately with Platinum winning first place, which was pretty cool. But those switches always confuse me, especially because on Classic there's a little bit of a lag to when you drop the hit splat to when basically the system itself is registering your switches and like the bonuses that they have. I still have to perfect the method. I haven't really delved too much into that method, but it seems to work. But different builds, 40 attack, 1 defense, and max strength as high as you can go is pretty fun. Got a pretty good kill yesterday, even though I gave the guys items back. That was our previous agreement in case either of us died. But it was just pretty fun to get like a 3-hit round and pick up a rune 2-hander off the floor. That was pretty cool. It was pretty nice to see. Other than that, yeah, again, this is my magic build, so I hope more people make magic builds, because that's fun too. Just all around different builds. I think it's I don't know, it adds to the magic of the game. The magic of RuneScape. So yeah, enough of me talking. I don't know. Not too much important to say. This year's been pretty hectic for me, while also being pretty low-key, I guess, staying cooped up in my apartment. A few days ago, I felt like I was pretty much going stir-crazy from being on basically house arrest, but I don't know, I feel like I'm coming out on the other end, and the issues are subsiding, even though, like I said, they're still pretty slow to heal. And hopefully things just continue to get better. You know, my ceiling, the freaking sprinkler system busted a leak and was leaking all around my kitchen area through the ceiling, so I had to get that basically excavated and patched and repainted. But that's done now. That's done and over with. You know, just typical life stuff. Nothing's perfect. And yeah, I'll get back to everyone when I have more exciting stuff to say. Maybe I'll make a list of topics I want to talk about instead of just freeballing it. So with that, I'll sign off. I hope everybody has good holidays. Hope everybody's staying healthy and eating well, getting good sleep, and just living a good life, doing what they can to stay afloat amidst all of this worldly chaos, and staying on RuneScape and just having a ball on Classic. It's great. It's pretty fun. It's a pretty low stimulation game, which I love that for. It's just simplistic, which I love it for, and the colors are great. So I like it here. It's like sort of your favorite bar that people meet up at time and again. And you see all the locals and new people coming through. A lot of people seem to fade out, but for those that stick around, I am grateful for. And it's just a very nice, tight-knit group of people that I enjoy their company. So with that, I'm gonna sign off. I know I already said that. So cool. Peace to everybody, and happy scaping.